Hello, and welcome to a look at Eyeball 2 for the Commodore 64. Recently, I covered the original Eyeball, and my conclusion was that it was rather an enjoyable game. And of course, it was somewhat successful, so it got a sequel because that just happens. Apparently, the ball race have decided that they want to know about their past, so they set out to navigate different mines in order to find artifacts, I think they're called, to learn about their past. So you now have a semi-puzzle, semi-action game. 80% puzzle, 20% action. And I don't know why they bothered. What made Eyeball an exciting game was the pace of it. You had to move fast, but you had to move fast in a controlled fashion. The upgrades were exciting and funky, and there was a sense of being rewarded from completing the different levels. And overall, I found it to be a very enjoyable experience. But the sequel, not so much. Graphically, it is slightly nicer looking, more clean than the original. The sounds are whatever. Speech again, who cares? It's a gimmick at most. A cool little gimmick, but a gimmick nonetheless. So we are reduced to looking at controls and gameplay, and let's just get controls out of the way first, because instead of having the free roam that you had in the first game, you are now tied to the ability to bounce, because of course a ball would bounce. That makes perfect sense. And you have your laser cannon thing, whatever, so you can shoot enemies, which is always nice in order to get rid of them. The problem is that you still have an upgrade system, but the upgrades, you never know what you get. You can see the diamond, there's a diamond on the top right side of the screen, and picking that up will give a power up or a power down or score or whatever. You also need to gather keys in order to get to the exit, but this game contains an extremely obnoxious mechanic. Because if you look at the interface, you can see at the top right side you have a number of various different things, and of course the bombs are smart bombs. Press the spacebar to wipe out all enemies on the screen. Then you have how many treasures you found, artifacts underneath, and lives, and all that good stuff. But these levels are timed. If you look, get back to the game, you can see bottom right corner you have a timer and the number of the mine you are currently in, and they appear to come in a random order from game to game, so I suppose. But there's no chance we can reach the key as it is right now, and there's no chance we can reach the exit either. But there is an in-game mechanic, and when the timer reaches 70 seconds, it will change one thing of the level to make life easier for you, and at 50 seconds it will change yet another thing in the level in order to make life easier for you. Effectively, that means that in 9 out of 10 cases you are waiting for the timer to run down in order to be able to progress on certain screens. And to be honest, I think that is excessively stupid. Yeah, stupid is the word I'll use for it. Because, I don't know, maybe if you bump into these screens with a ton of power-ups and things like that, you may be quite capable of beating certain of the screens without waiting for the timer to run low, but in most cases I found that I actually was depending on having the timer run down to at least 50 seconds, which means that effectively you spend 49 in-game time seconds. I think they run slightly faster than a normal second, doing absolutely nothing. This level, for instance, there's no chance we can get up there. Just have to wait for the 70-second mark, so the two white blocks, the middle of the screen, will dissolve and having the other blocks fall down. And while the blocks are falling down, they are dangerous, can't touch them. Once they've settled, you can touch them, but while they're moving, you can't. So it quickly becomes this tedious kind of just sitting around waiting for things to happen before you can do anything yourself. I really like the first game, and I was looking at the sequel hoping that it would be more the same, perhaps spiced up a bit. Instead, you get this kind of wonky, pointless, puzzly thing, which, I mean, if you're into puzzles, then that's cool. I'm not. I don't mind them, but I would not deliberately boot up a puzzle game to play it. There's a few exceptions to that, but not many. And when you have puzzles which are time-based and you spend that time doing nothing but twiddle your thumbs, then no. I don't know about other people, but I have a distinct dislike for when sequels to a game is so extremely different from the original that you can't recognize it. Using the same characters in a different setting and putting a 2 behind the game title doesn't make for a sequel. I will love the first game, but this one, nah. I think I'll try to forget I played it because it's just not for me at all. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time. Bye bye for now.